All right. How's everybody today? Let's hope everybody's good. Um, yep. I'm just double checking if the stream is active, and the stream seems to be okay. Super solid. I've activated subscriber only chat again, so if you're not subscribed, unfortunately you can't chat. Please do consider subscribing. It would really help you more than me. Smash the like button. That would definitely help me more than you. Thank you very much. I'm just being honest here, but yeah, smash those like buttons. Subscribe if you haven't already, and you'd find all of this information to be very, very valuable to you. So let's go straight into the content, have a look at the market and see exactly what the market is doing today. Just a quick outlook, nothing too crazy, but I'm open to questions or anything is doing. I'm doing an early show today, got a few bits and bobs I need to do later on, so I thought I'll get this out of the way and then move into the other stuff. Right, so yeah, I mean, if you have any coins or anything you want me to talk about, drop them below. Generally just say this. If there is something you want to talk about, most of it's just going to do well anyway, because the market right now is in a different type of a mode. You know, it's in the bull mode, proper bull mode right now. So let's have a look at some of the stuff. First of all, let's have a look at fear and greed. Higher than yesterday, so yeah, the greed is definitely in there. A lot of greed going on. That's absolutely fine, no harm in that. I mean, it was all expected. When BTC moves, comes into that place, you're going to see this kind of an issue. You can see here, got 2,800 BTC leaving exchanges. Again, super solid. I see some Ethereum coming in, and we'll talk about Ethereum as well, so you'll understand exactly what's going on. Probably staking, whatever, but it doesn't really make much of a difference when you got millions of Ethereum lying around. This is from yesterday, still on, and you can see Ethereum has done an 11% compared to everybody else. And we'll talk about Solana and a few other bits and bobs as well, and why they've done what they're doing. And I mentioned this yesterday as well on yesterday's video. I'm sure some of you probably clocked on how entire market is moving. And I'm loving the fact that these USDC pairs, or whatever USD pairs, are slightly red. I mean, this one's not, so that's not a good thing. Do you know what I mean? When you see that, it's not a good thing. But yeah, let's just continue and see exactly what it's showing us. Let's have a look at this and refresh this and see how we're doing. Right, let's have a look. Looking awesome, looking awesome. Yeah, still looking awesome. Still, this is probably the lowest we've ever had on the exchanges. So the exchange balance, the lowest we've ever had. Awesome to see. Market cap, we're going to go into the total and look at a few other bits and bobs as well, but everything looking super good. No complaints here. You know, this is what I like to see, these to be red. But everything else super cool. Again, we're going to go through and look at the coins on the chart, and it's going to be a better way of doing things. Just briefly, nothing much here. You can see we've got a point of control here. So a lot of people, I wanted to talk to people. So guys, if you see the market being a little bit volatile, moving up and down, or being undecisive, number one fact, Bitcoin is right now in price discovery mode. Any coin that beats its previous all-time high is then in the price discovery. But price discovery is not good enough. We need to know, well, how low can it go? Does it have any point of control? And this red line is your point of control. So currently we have a good point of control at $64,000. So we know that that's a peace of mind for us, that okay, that's the baseline. You know, if we did have a little bit of a dump, we need to hold this particular baseline. So that's the point of control right now, just to kind of get that out of the way. Let's have a look at Grayscale. We had 16 yesterday. Let's see how it's looking today. Boom, 15. That's super bullish. So you can see it's a little bit more bullish than it was yesterday. Absolutely fine. This is exactly what we like to see. Let's have a look at liquidations and see how these guys got wiped out. How many more guys got wiped out? That's all. Let's have a look at the hourlies. Yep, more of the bears got wrecked. They just need to give up. I mean, this was, you can see this was, you know, I think this was yesterday. This was yesterday. I mean, these guys just don't know when to give up, right? They need to give up. Okay, let's go into the markets now. So what we've got is a new all-time high for the total market cap at 2.72 trillion, which is awesome. We did have a target. Let me zoom into this to show you my target. So we do have a target. The target we have is the 3.22. Okay, 3.22 is our target, and then obviously based on the fibs, we're expecting to go all the way up to $4 trillion when the entire market catches up. Guys, I'm not able to see the chat. Not sure what's going on. So guys, like, share, subscribe, and let YouTube know that we're doing awesome stuff here. And hopefully YouTube will allow us to see the chats and everything. Okay, let's see. Let me refresh. Okay, no, still bugged. Okay, I think it's bugged. I'm not sure. Anyway, I can't see. But we're expecting the total market cap to go to $4 trillion. And remember, this is the entire market cap, right? Or entire tracked market cap. Let's call it that way. But that's what we're expecting, a $4 trillion market cap. That will give us significant gain. So these are all kind of going to correlate with the numbers that we've actually spoken about, like the highs that we're expecting. So when we start moving down, you can see other market caps. So for example, this is excluding Bitcoin. It's coming into test. It hasn't created its previous all-time high yet, but it's getting ready. You can see this zone here is getting ready. I mean, on the daily, it will look better actually. You can see on the daily, it needs to just go above this line and then it's confirmed, right? This one is excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And you can see again, it's coming into that tightening range. It wants to move up. It's going to break above this white line, confirmed. This is the dominance. Dominance is a bit low. Yambi put a chart on. Awesome, my brother. Thank you. Nice to see you on the show. So we can see this is the dominance, right? Currently the dominance for everything else, others, I don't know what this is, but it's showing at 13.94. Not the greatest, but also talk about dominance. I want to get this thing once and over forever, because I get this question so many times, and I think it's because there are so many people out there that give the bad narrative or their own version of the dominance, and they don't even understand what it is. So let's just talk about dominance for a little bit, right? And this, I get fed up, like, I get really annoyed repeating myself, right? So, and I've had a lot of people asking me, and they do watch the videos, and I know they do. Dominance doesn't mean anything. Dominance only means where the attention is right now. That's all dominance means, guys. Nothing else. Dominance is not an indicator. So please do understand, when we talk about the dominance, we're saying the interest is back in the big boy, in crypto, in Bitcoin. And once the interest is there, then of course that will filter down to all the lower ones. So dominance is not a market indicator. Well, actually no, it is technically a market indicator, because it's showing you the interest is back. People are highly interested in this. When everybody leaves money on the other coins and start pumping it into Bitcoin, where the biggest interest is here. That's all dominance means. And also the other thing dominance means is how much of the market cap it holds. Nothing else, guys. Tomorrow it could have zero dominance. It could be ranked 99, but somebody else could be up there taking that #1 spot. That's all it means. The dominance is to do with how much value is locked into this compared to everything else. Does that make sense to you? Please do understand. So remember, when we look at dominance, the dominance is how much of the market share does it have. And then when we see the dominance pump up, right? When you see the dominance pump up, it only means that where the interest is. It's an easier way for us to check where the interest is. And you see how yesterday it pumped up, it done its new all-time high. Soon as it done its all-time high, well, guess who decided to move? Ethereum. Ethereum's dominance started to move. Now, once Ethereum dominance starts to move, then you'll notice the others, which is here, the others, everything else, they will also come up with it as well. So please do understand what it means. It's like a filter system, where the biggest interest is. We know the market can't be carried by all the odds, So the big boy decides to make a move. That's what everybody else is pumping their money in. Dominance picks up, stays stable, the price stays stable, then everything else starts pumping. That's emotion, interest, that's all it is. I see KR here. So that's all it means, nothing else. How the interest moves from one place to another. And in order to continue the cycle, you need Bitcoin to create those bigger numbers. Once Bitcoin does, stabilizes, takes a rest for a day or two, you'll see Ethereum catch up, you'll see all the others catch up, because now the sentiment is positive. Okay, that's all it means. And also another thing for people to understand is when everybody starts pumping Bitcoin, they're literally dumping their altcoins to pump Bitcoin. Once they've done that, they will take those profits and pump it back into the little altcoins, because anybody wise enough in the crypto sphere knows one specific thing. You do not make money in Bitcoin. I'm telling you, you do not make money in Bitcoin. Bitcoin makes you very little money compared to the altcoins. You make money in altcoins. But if you're invested in Bitcoin, then of course you want to utilize that, pump it into an altcoin, and then pump that altcoin and get yourself more Bitcoin. I've explained this over and over again so many times. People are not interested in making money with Bitcoin. You preserve your wealth. Bitcoin is a store of value. So you've got money locked in. It's a savings account. It only gives you more money over time than any other savings account on the world. The best savings account ever. But you can't increase any more Bitcoin. So what do? You take that Bitcoin, you put it into an altcoin, then the altcoin pumps, gives you double the Bitcoin. That's how you increase your Bitcoin. Does that make sense to you? So you make money with altcoin, you make more Bitcoin with altcoin, but you can't make more Bitcoin with Bitcoin. Right? You're stuck with what you got. Unless you got a ton of money sitting around, you got a money printing machine, then you can buy more Bitcoin. But the prices we're getting to, it's pretty silly for anybody to go around plugging a whole bunch of money. Of course, the fresh guys, yeah. But old people, the whales, they're not going to do that. They don't want to lose their Bitcoin. They want to increase their Bitcoin. And how do they increase their Bitcoin? By plugging it into something else. So I hope this kind of makes sense. Dominance is nothing. So if someone's telling you, oh, dominance up is bad, or I'm telling you dominance up is good, don't confuse yourself. That's just somebody else's narrative. That's just my narrative. But the honest truth is it's a good sentiment indicator. It means the market is moving. The interest is back in Bitcoin. If there's no interest in Bitcoin, it can go to zero. The dominance could go to zero. It doesn't make any difference to anybody, as long as something else is there to carry that dominance, carry that interest. When they talk about ETH flippening, BTC, well, ETH could easily carry the dominance next time. No harm in that. So there's nothing positive or negative. It's just a way of seeing where the interest is, and is the market sentiment pushing towards the upside. And that's what we saw when we looked at the BTC dominance the other day. Right? That's all we saw. The BTC dominance moving up, coming in to challenge these levels, right? Giving us a new all-time high at the same time, and then taking a rest. BTC price hasn't changed. We're still here. We still can do another high. We can still do 70k sitting here. Absolutely fine, guys. It has nothing to do with anything, okay? Please do understand, right? But it gave a good signal for Ethereum to come in, and you can see how the Ethereum bulls came in and said, right, boom, we're going to start pumping Ethereum, and Ethereum is pumping. Of course, we're going to talk about all of this stuff right now. So let's move over to, let's go into this chart. So this is yesterday BTC. I've been tracking BTC. We can see where BTC is. I was doing some maths, guys, so ignore some of the boxes and this and that. None of this matters. These are some crazy maths I've been doing. But maybe I can talk about it. I'll talk about it another time. I don't think it's going to concern anybody today, because if it does, you are going to get really, really confused. So let's leave all of that aside. Let's just talk about where BTC is right now. Okay, we don't need anything here. We know we just created a brand new high yesterday. We went to $66,998. Awesome, Bubble. I see you, my brother. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. So I actually tweeted at that exact second, Bitcoin at 70k. And I feel kind of bad because I did do it, but we didn't actually hit that number. So I feel kind of stupid as well at the same time, but we're only $2 away. Do you know what? I don't care. Ultimately, I know we're going there, so it doesn't make any difference. So that's that. It's doing its thing. Now, obviously, we talked about the 64. And 64, the point of control that we saw just a little while ago is actually this area here. You can see this particular area here. That's the point of control. That's become our basic support right now. And of course, what we want to see, if we're wise enough and smart enough, we just don't want to see another candle shooting up. No. We want to see this move sideways for minimum 2-3 days. Give us a lovely support like we did here, then lift off. That's the healthy way of doing things, the safest way of doing things. You create a support before you make the next move. So in the future, if we do come back down, and let me get rid of this. So for example, if we create a base here and then we try and challenge and we go and we go up, it's all great. We have somewhere to come and land, right? And then we can shoot off again if we want to. So that's how we know these are things. And also they work in another way as well. So it's not just about landing. You see, this also for any chart analyst, it's actually something that a lot of people don't understand. So we climb up. All right, let's get this drawing right. I'm going to show you this, right? So this is our point of control, and we start climbing up, and then obviously we're now coming back down, and we might call this support, but actually this is the point of invalidation. So if we fall below this, we know the market now is going down. And if we bounce up here, we know that the support was held strong enough, and now we can continue to move up and creating our higher highs and higher lows. Do you see what I mean? So that's very powerful for us. We need a point of control where we can control it, but currently with 1 or 2 candles, it's not enough. So we've got 1 here, 2 here. It's not enough. We need 1 or 2 more in order for us to propel the market, create a secure baseline before we move forward. Guys, smash the like, hit that subscribe if you're new, and this is the channel where you're going to get no BS, straight up, whatever I feel, whatever I think, just fact in the chart. I'm just going to throw it out there. There's nothing, how would I say this? Nobody's forgiven. If I'm going to say something, I'll say it, right? Just speak my mind. What you see is what you get. So yeah, that's what we've got here anyway. So I'm quite happy with this. I would love to see this for another 2-3 days. I saw Costana earlier on. He sent a message on Discord, and he said 18th looking at the charts, 19th looking at the charts, 20th new all-time high, and then 21st looking at the charts. It was a little meme he sent out, which is awesome, right? And yes, of course, we're going to look at the charts, but the most important things we need to look for is the lows, right? The charts highs, they're going to come. There's nothing here. There's nothing. It's just empty room, empty space. There is no limit to how high we can go. Of course, Fibonacci wise, we can maybe test the Fibonacci lines, but there is no high here that we can go infinite. What we need to make sure we don't go below certain lines, certain levels. So we've got point of control here, but we do have a support here. So the support currently is $61,000. Whatever we do not want to go below the $61,000. Continue forward. So that's BTC. We've got to talk too much about it. Also, if you wanted to know your dates, right? You said 18, 19, 20, 21. Well, how about we give you another date? Today, maybe nothing. Tomorrow, maybe nothing. Actually, no, tomorrow's Friday. Yeah. Tomorrow there's a chance we might see a pump or a dump. So I'm not going to give you an exact, but I do see a pump or a dump. But the weekend should be very good. So let's see how it works out. Okay, but I've got a good feeling weekend is going to be really, really cool. Okay, but tomorrow we could expect a dump. Depends if the institutions want to dump on us before they close markets, and if they don't, oh my days, then yeah, we're probably going to see 70k plus in this weekend if they don't dump on us tomorrow. So let's see what happens. That should be really, really awesome to see. Let's move over to Ethereum. So Ethereum is coming to the range, coming to the box where it had its previous all-time high, as you can see here. Technically, right? I should say this, right? So if you see the body here, this body was the closing of the candle. So technically we are at a new all-time high. Of course, this wick is just a story where we touched and when we got rejected, but technically, as I said, we are now officially in an all-time high. If this candle closes here, this is an all-time high. So that's just great stuff to see, and I think we're now breaking that threshold. We're going to start shooting up, and you can see how it's following that pattern I drawn, that 1 2 3 wave, so Elliott wave 1 2 3, and Elliott wave 3 is usually a very powerful move, and it does go up a lot more. Give me a second. So on Elliott wave 3, it does propel higher, so we are expecting to see a $5,700 to $6,200 level crypto, actually. So my bad, it's different now. It's 5,200 to 6,700. That's what it was. Yeah, I've mixed it up, but that's what it is. I'm chuffed about it because I know it's coming. That's really cool. I'm not going to be too bothered because a higher number is a higher number. That's happening. BNB got a little bit of rejection yesterday, attempted to, did hover around the $500 level, so it did go all the way up to $506 or $7, but got rejected. Absolutely fine. Again, it's come back to that little range. You see, this is what I mean. So we need somewhere to find support, somewhere to land, and here it's found the support, it's landed, which is absolutely fine. That means it can attempt again, try and break these necklines. Okay, this is where it struggled, and then obviously do a new all-time high and continue to the $700-800 level, even up to $900 level. In fact, I actually set up my sell order up at $900, so I'm hoping 900. If it doesn't, of course it doesn't matter, but a 900 would be really cool. I'm going to put my sell, or I've already put my sell on $900. That's my target basically, and I can talk about some of those targets that I've got. It's absolutely fine. Ethereum, there's no target. I'm not selling any. BNB, BTC, there's no target. I'm not selling any. Also, guys, if you're new to the show, if it's your first time here, please do consider subscribing. Please smash that like button, and on live chats, you have to be subscribed to chat. Okay, you have to be subscribed to chat. I've turned on subscriber mode only, so if you do have any questions or anything, if you have any coins or anything you want to talk about, please do subscribe, and then you can chat. It does help the channel. That's all it is, guys. So that's my target for BNB. I've put it at $900. That's my sell. After $900, I don't care how far it goes. That's when I'm selling. I'm going to sell there, and I'm going to wait for a dip. That's my target there. And these are just crazy, because remember, I've only invested money I can afford to lose. So for that reason, I can go wild on it. I'm like, well, why would I want to go for a moderate level? I'll go a higher level, because the potential is so high for these coins to do and easily do a 2x from here. So I'm keeping it slightly below, and I'm saying, okay, if that's the case, why don't I just take my target levels? You know what I mean? I mean, if you do the fibs, for example, from here to here, right? Just this range here, that's already giving me 615, and that's not far, right? And if I can do this 615 from the same range, right? Check this out. That's almost $800. So for me, I'm thinking of that. I'm thinking, well, one more push, where does that take me? You know what I mean? Because that also almost takes me to this level. What does one more push give me? One more push takes me close to that $900 level. I might even wick there. I might as well take that bonus. You know what I mean? So that's that. Dot, I told you, dot, I'm expecting $100. Again, I did put my sell at $100. So even though we can see 79 here for the Fibonacci levels, I still put it at 100 just in case. I feel that dot, when it does break out, it is going to pull a Solana on us. It's going to go crazy. Hasn't happened. We have to wait until the end of the month to see what dot does. Even Cardano as well, actually, end of the month, we're going to see what it does. So let's wait for that one. Sol, I talked about Sol. I'm not selling any Sol. Sol is going to be a different story for me, and I mentioned yesterday, once it crosses over this line, watch what Sol does. Well, look what Sol just did. Sol all of a sudden became completely bullish. Technically, you can see it's testing the body, which is the closing of the day. It's testing this. Technically, it's already created a new high. Of course, officially we wicked there, so we need to go to the 216. That's fine. As long as it can find enough support and enough momentum, it should shoot. I don't see why it can't do another 10, 15, 20% to create a brand new all-time high. And that's what it's going to do. And we've been talking about this from, I think, from down here, right? We've been talking about this. So Solid is looking very, very good. Cardano coming back to the range again. This is all because of yesterday, all because of the BTC pump yesterday. Market's more confident. Comeback is testing this area here. Let's see, it might even break it today, but it's taking its time. It doesn't matter. End of the month should be a good thing. And we're not that far, guys. Only a week away. Let me drop this one in there as well. Why not? Why not? Why not? Okay, we did talk about how the range, how it was finding support. It's going sideways. To me, what I'm seeing is this is getting ready for a breakout. Because I've been watching on Whale Watch, a lot of people, and I'm talking about big boys, you know, $1 million transaction, $5 million transaction, $6 million transaction. They're buying $6 million, $5 million worth of Shiba. And this is all in anticipation of the Robinhood app launch. Now, Robinhood has emailed someone, and that email has gone viral, that they acknowledge that, yes, we are working with it. Our engineers are already working on how to integrate SHIB into our platform, but we cannot give you a timeline. That was indirect acknowledgement that they already are working on it. And I think that's what's made this a lot bullish, and a lot of people are jumping on for the hype. And it's going to be one of those that buy the rumor. And that's what they're doing right now. I mean, $5 million worth of SHIB, you know, that's crazy, right? $6 million, $7 million worth of SHIB people are buying. Be ready when Robinhood launches. There may be a big dump, right? That's what I'm going to say. So I'm going to be very careful. And what I'm going to be doing is definitely having a button set up. So when the Robinhood launches, I want to observe and see how high it pumps. And I think on that same day I will be dumping mine as well. So it's just, you got to be careful, you know what I mean. We got eGold here. Damn, I didn't save it. We got eGold. I didn't save it from yesterday. Let me just save it, guys, because yeah, this is the drawing we did from 2 days ago. My god, 2 days ago we did this drawing. And let's go into the daily, because the higher the time, the better. Right, longer the time, stronger the data. Here we go. So we can see, remember I talked about how this tightening range was happening. We'll look exactly where it's being rejected today. And that's nothing. That's a higher high. The next one could easily break us out of this. And when it does, my target has not changed for many days now. Same target. We're looking at a $412 eGold when this breaks out of this range. It's just going to shoot. So that's coming. Be prepared. Don't be shocked when it does happen. We talked about KCS yesterday. It actually went to this particular neckline where it had to invalidate this. It couldn't invalidate it. Absolutely fine. It's still higher than the trend line, number one. And number two, it's finding a little bit of support on this particular level here, which is good to see, because that means that support was created around September, and it's finding that support here, finding a bit of resistance which was created here, you can see on the 7th of September. Anytime now it's just going to break out, and when it does, it's going to go and target its previous all-time highs. And then after that, we know exactly what we're expecting. We're expecting a $32 KCS. Gala was in a perfect buy zone. I've mentioned this so many times. Perfect buy zone, perfect buy zone. And now it seems to be making a move. Yesterday, it actually did a massive move. At one stage, it actually popped all the way to 0.093. And then it got rejected. But it's managed to hold the line, hold the trend, and also create a new higher high, a lower high, which is absolutely fine. That's showing the trend is still intact. It hasn't invalidated itself, because remember, this red zone here is the invalidation point. So it hasn't invalidated, it just wants to move up. That's great to see this. BitDAO yesterday, whoa, it was just insane. It actually pumped all the way up to $2.50, almost close to the previous top price. And for momentarily, this body was up here, which was technically officially the all-time high body, but it didn't close, so we can't accept that. We can see the current one is challenging the previous all-time high. Absolutely fine. The bulls are back. It is very, very bullish. And I think one thing you have to understand about BitDAO, this token right now is nothing. Think about it as it's nothing. It's useless. apart from giving you free coins, apart from giving you more free coins by staking it, apart from giving you some airdrops and all sorts of other stuff, the participation in its own platform. Other than that, it's useless. What do you think will happen when this thing launches on other exchanges? That's all I'm going to leave you to think about. If you think about this, I've got a feeling, and I've said this from day one, I said I've got a feeling if this thing can actually launch on other exchanges, it's got the potential to go to $10 minimum, probably even more. My target is $10 anyway. I think that would be nice and healthy, and that means they gave everybody 1,000 coins. If it's worth 10,000, if it was $10, that's $10,000, guys. Why would you lose it? And I've seen some people trading it and losing it, and I feel sorry for them. But that was the trick, right? You go, you trade, you're tempted, you want to earn more, and you trade it, and then you get wrecked. And those same coins that got wrecked from you is coming back into people as rewards and as staking. I'm happy to take the rewards and staking rather than go and attempt to get wrecked, if that makes sense. So far so good. I'm happy to see this. I'm sure we're going to see in the next few days, we are going to see a new all-time high for this as well, and then watch how the market reacts. You know what I mean? So far for me, for the breakout, I'm expecting a $3 coin, which would officially be a new all-time high, and then it's off to the races, and then $10 is my first target, and then let's see what the next targets are after we meet the target. So far so good, guys. So far so good. Guys, if you have any coins, let me know. I'll drop the coins in the chat and I'll deal with it. Not an issue. But other than that, what I was saying was everything else is playing the same pattern. So if you look carefully, everything is now breaking out of the zones. Everything, literally everything. Wow, check this out. This is my this is the 1 inch. And look, I don't make this up, guys. Exactly on the Fibonacci 1618. That's where we got rejected, exactly on the Fibonacci 1618. So now that we've done the Fibonacci 1618, the question is, what's the next target, right? What's the next price target that we can go for? So now what we're going to do, we're going to take this Fibonacci level, and we'll just take this bottom here, and I'm going to use the body, this bottom here, and I'm using the body. Now the next target is $6.34. So this is how one way of us checking our exit points, right? So you can see the 1618, $6.34. That's where we would be going. So yeah, market looking pretty good, you know, pretty good. Aave is coming in, still hasn't come in yet, still tightening the range, but it needs to break out. It's going to come there. Patience. I think this might just do a really nice long candle and shoot up. Right, hold up 1 second. Is the chat working, guys? I have no idea. Last person I saw was Bubble, and then I haven't seen anybody after that. Oh my days, what's going on? Let's see. Remember, guys, I've put subscriber only chat, so if you have any questions, just subscribe and ask me any question. There's no time limit or anything. You can ask me any question. Only subscribers can post. Just it's easier for me to filter, and obviously support the channel, help the channel grow as well. That's the biggest idea here. And like, share, subscribe, share the videos with your friends, family, Facebook, wherever, if you find value. And you know, ask me questions, not an issue. Listen, I'm here for that. Ask me questions. So that's Aave. Right, I've talked about how Matic is going to do a $4, and I've talked about this months ago. I mean, we talked about this when Matic was like 30 cents. And you can see Matic is coming back. Of course, I'm personally not invested in Matic anymore for moral reasons. But look, anyone who's in there, guys, is coming in. It's coming in to take this level. Once it does, then it's coming back to its previous all-time highs. And then we know we've got an opportunity to hit that $4. Also, Matic or Polygon, I think Yearn Finance is now partnering with Polygon or doing something on their chain or adapting their chain. That's bullish news. That means that you can have some automatic market making on Polygon as well, because Yearn Finance is a powerful tool. Talking of Yearn Finance, Jeffrey asked me about Yearn Finance, and I can tell you a lot about Yearn Finance, my brother. Yearn Finance is one of the most powerful automatic market makers out there. Brilliant protocol created by Andre Cronje from South Africa. and it was just pretty random. He came out and they done a fair launch. Released it to the market. Where did I put it? Let me just get it from here. So they released it to the market and just let the whole thing roll. So originally they had 30,000 coins. That's all they had, 30,000 coins. Fair launch. And oh, there he is. Jeffrey is here. So good morning, my brother. So they had 30,000 coins and they launched, and they had a fair launch, and this thing just went crazy. It launched at, like, you know, you can see here, it launched somewhere it's not even this. Look, this is not even showing it. It launched about $300 or $400 when it launched. Immediately $300 or $400. It pumped all the way to 20 something dollars or whatever. People believed in it. People liked the system. Of course, later on in 2020, I believe it was, or 2021, I can't remember, but I think it was 2020, sorry. They changed the coin and they added another 6,666 or whatever, right? So now they have 36,600 or whatever coins, right? Not a problem, okay? And they did that to give to the development team. It's a bit sad that they had the control to print more. That's a bit sad. They should have had a limited quantity, but they didn't. Of course, if they made a mistake and they need to rectify that mistake, then of course we can give it to them. So they created 6,600 to pay for the development, because they didn't keep any. Pretty fair, you know, if you look at it in a business point of view, very understandable. And I don't think people actually cared about that. People were happy to support them. So what this did was, this obviously pumped, done its thing, and then kept on going during the market cycle top and everything. And then it did something pretty crazy. While everybody's hoping for Bitcoin to go and do X, Y, Z, nobody understood the power of this. And I've mentioned this on many of my videos. I said Yearn Finance will probably hit 100K before Bitcoin does. And you can see Yearn Finance on May the 10th went to $96,000. And then it crashed all the way back down to $24,000. So Yearn Finance has this tendency to be very volatile, very unpredictable. You know, 1 minute it's down to the bottom, like it's up there. For example, the first time it created a high, 36. BTC wasn't even there. BTC was sitting at like 10K or something. It went to 36. Then it dumped all the way back to 7,000. And you see what I mean? It keeps on doing these massive moves. It's one of the most volatile currencies, if there is anything as volatile. It's definitely one of those coins. So you gotta pick your moment, like where it is now. So far it's managed to, this was the beginning, the launch, and then it's kind of managed to find a floor. So if people do invest in it now, it shouldn't be bad, but I would look for bottoms. I would look for the bloody moments to enter into this coin. Personally, I left as soon as it hit a specific level. I had a target. Everybody knew about my target. I talked about it, and I left way before we hit that level. You know, I had a sell order, so as soon as I left, I'm out. So I've got some change in it, but other than that, nothing much. It's not something I'm gonna, you know, I need to sell or anything like this. Just some loose change in it, and I've just left it there. It's just earning me some yield, a very small amount. I think it's 1% a year or something, but it doesn't matter. So that's what it is. The Yearn Finance is a very powerful program. It's it's a protocol, very powerful protocol. And it does work, created by a genius, in my opinion, doing great stuff. And it's going to help Matic pump as much as itself. But a lot of the other thing is, you see in this coin, the money, the pump, is got nothing to do with the coin. Remember this as well. The pumps and the dumps you see has nothing to do with the project. Remember this, okay? Yearn Vault, Yearn Finance, and all of these other things that are inside the protocol have nothing to do with the coin, okay? So do understand this, but it can pump really hard, pump and dump. But it's a great project though, great project. I would definitely support that. So that's that. Right, let's move back into some of our other coins we were going to talk about. So I hope, Jeffrey, that kind of makes sense to you, what I was talking about. That Matic is got a massive potential to go to $4, and now Yearn is going to help it get to that level. Okay, if that makes any sense, because half the people won't understand anything. They'll just jump in anyway and follow the hype train. pump it up to $4, and then there may be a big dump. So that's what I'm going to be observing. Let's see how that one goes. Link coming in, tightening the range, coming in to break out. When it does break out, it should be quite a powerful move actually, because I did observe this and I said, okay, if Link does a breakout, how far can Link go? So just by using this moderate level here, if we did take this and put this on here as a breakout, you can see the breakout will take us above the previous and probably even all the way up to $67-68. So that's a good powerful move, looking super solid if that does happen. Let's see where it goes. Sushi still kind of just climbing up this upward trend line, nothing major. You know, I've seen much bigger major moves on uni. You see the attempts on uni are just a lot more powerful, constantly bashing on this. It wants to break out, you know, and this was going to be a powerful move when it does break out, because again we can see the fibs confirming the 43, the 69 based on you know, when we reach those levels. And if you just take this for example and just put this here, you can see how each one of these moves. So for example, if we did it today, we'd be way above this 43, and it's even giving us a 59. Yes, Jeffrey. Very volatile, very volatile. The swings at highs are massive, of course. But the thing is as long as you're not married to it, you're in it, you make your money and you get out. You have to have your mind set up, right? That's my entry, that's my exit. As long as you know that, then it's not going to bother you at all. It doesn't matter how volatile it is, because you're in control, not the coin. Rune is coming, my brother, is coming. Did I have Rune? Did I talk about Rune yet? Interesting. Hold on. Did I have it here? I'm sure I had Rune. Where's Rune? Right, anyway, let's do this here. Let's talk about Rune here. Actually, while on VT, let's talk about VT. VT is coming out for the breakout, guys. So VChain is coming for the breakout, and you can see where my target is. The previous all-time high would be my target, and that was a target for people who bought here. People who bought around here, you're already fine. Carry on, because we're going high. And I'll tell you how high we're going just by doing a simple fib from this high to this low here, just from here to here. That's it. We're looking at about 24. That takes us just underneath that. Right now, if we use a longer time data and we say this was the high, I'm just putting it roughly, and this was the low. Actually, this wasn't even the low. Wow. So we use this and we use this area here, then we can see we got a potential to go to around 44 cents, which is not bad from where we are today, right? You know, it's absolutely okay, because we're at 13 cents. You know, you can see here 13 cents. It's like almost a 4x, you know, 3.5x. Not bad, not bad. But yeah, Rune, come on, Rune. You don't Rune. You know, we're basically I don't know what to say anymore. Everybody picked it up here, I believe, right? And look where we are now. And look at this, not much. See these little lines here, these little levels here. It's testing them. It got rejected on the lines. It doesn't matter. When it breaks out, it's going to break out. But Rune, DYDX, and a few other decentralized exchanges, one of the problems they suffer with is, remember, when the focus moves into all the centralized exchanges or the big coins, which are usually more dominant in the big exchanges, people tend to not use the DYDX and this and that. They don't use Rune protocol. So understand this, right? In a Thor chain, they won't use them. They use them whenever there's a FUD. Then these decentralized exchanges shine. Okay, they shine. I see RA here. He's asking about DOT. We talked about DOT. We'll drop it again, not a problem. So let's move into DOT for you. Actually, let's do it from here, because I've got the drawings on it. I don't know why I would do something else. So look, these are my favorite coins, right? So you can see DOT. We did DOT already. So DOT finding its resistance here, absolutely fine. You can see the targets for DOT. I briefly spoke about it. All the guys that are on YouTube, who follow me on Discord as well. I mean, we've got our own community Discord. So if you want to join, the links in the description. But we've talked about DOT and we said, look, DOT is getting ready to break out, and when it does, we expect DOT to hit $100 at least, right? And even if we take these levels, for example, if we hit that $79 level that we targeted, you can see the 100 has been flashing. It's 123. So what we expect, because DOT hasn't really done much, okay? From where it was to the peak, it did great. After the dump, DOT really didn't do much, right? So now that we've reset, we should be able to, and I'll show you a really good example of this, right? I think this will make more sense to you. So let me get on a weekly for you. What I'm about to show you will make total sense to you. Where is it? Yep. This would make total sense to you, my brother. So this was DOT. Actually, this was DOT. This was DOT. So if I take this and I overlay this to where it is now, right? So we've got a low here. This should show you roughly what I'm expecting for DOT. Let me take some of this off. Give me a second. That would make so much sense to you. Right. So this is what I'm expecting for DOT. You see, when I say DOT is going to do a Solana, this will make sense to you what DOT will do a Solana means, right? Because Solana went from, you know, $1 to $20, $30, stuck around, and then it shot. And then it just shot up, right? And it went to the $215 level. Polkadot, I'm expecting the same thing, because it went from here, it just staggered around this $40 level, $50 level, staggered, didn't do anything. It was there for time. As you can see, it was there for weeks and weeks. From February to May, come on guys, months. It was just sitting there doing nothing. And then it dipped, because the entire market dipped. Absolutely, king dips, everybody dips. Now it's come back. The expectations for this is very high, and my expectation minimum is $100, and I'll put this just here. So actually, let me just do it better. Let me do it with this. So if I was to look at this bottom area, that's 130, but I'm saying 100, which is around here. So the peak here, that's my 100 target, but it has the potential to do a Solana, which is 278. See what I mean? So I'm expecting this to do great stuff. Let me bring my drawings back. Okay, so just have a look at this. You can see how I'm repeating the pattern. I'm saying, well, if this is the wave, this should do this, right? So we're expecting, we did the we did this as a wave 1, wave 2. This is a wave 3. I'm expecting this to be an Elliott wave 3. It's a fresh coin, so of course it's going to be difficult, but that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a 1, 2, 3 move here. I see free energy here. Also, my brother, thank you for coming to the show. Hi Sham, do you think this time the market will see influx of BTC funds into NFT rather than into alts as previously, thus resulting in lesser alt season but crazy NFT one? No, my brother. NFT, so there is on Blockstacks, they have built the first ever BTC NFT platform, but building it doesn't make any difference. More people are still buying NFT with Ethereum and other platforms. Everyone's jumping on the hype, basically, put it this way. But what they found was most investors are not really buying NFT with Bitcoin. You see, there's a big fundamental problem right now, and there was a video actually. Jeffrey showed me a video yesterday, and I really love that. And this guy, he done a thing, and it was really cool. How he explained it was just brilliant, and that's pretty much how I feel. NFT has a future. Don't get me wrong, NFT has a future. I trust NFT, I believe NFT, but I will not invest a dime, a penny in any NFT today. Why? Let me explain this to you. You buy an NFT for whatever the base price is, right? You know, whether it be Bored Ape and this ape or that ape, it doesn't matter. The point is they are only giving you one-time service. There's no use case. They're non-fungible, means you cannot use them, you cannot sell them, you cannot do anything. And they mint them and they take them for a few $100s or whatever. Then what happens? It goes onto the secondary market. because of the hype, and it earns a little bit more. So the developer makes money, the primary owner makes money, and that's it. The secondary owner, the third person that has this particular NFT, is stuck with it. There's nothing. Now, I have talked about solutions with many people. I said, what if we can have an NFT which can be broken down? And I think that's powerful. In the future, maybe you can. Maybe you bought an NFT for 1 Ethereum. You sold it to a secondary market, and now that that is worth, say, 2 Ethereum. It's got 2 Ethereum locked into this. The actual NFT itself is the amount of Ethereum. That makes so much more sense. Of course, there may be 10%, 20% minus. Then it becomes like a retail, right? Where you buy something and the wholesaler adds 5% from the manufacturer, then the retail adds another 10% or something, and it becomes a secondary market where everybody's making a percentage of the quantity, but not the whole quantity. That changes the game. I'm sure someone's going to take my video or this video and talk about this and discuss and come up with an idea. Why can't we have an NFT that's worth, say, 1 Ethereum, but every time you sell, the person who sells it keeps 10% of the margin, but the NFT itself is worth whatever remainder amount of Ethereum it is. So 1 NFT for 1 Ethereum, over time, if the price moves up, they should be able to dispose or sell or do whatever, destroy, and get the Ethereum back. Have a bit of fun, get your money back. That would create a liquid supply, so that means you're free to destroy your NFT whenever you want. And of course, when you destroy your NFT, some other things happen. Of course, if there's any developers here who know Solidity or any coding language and you want to talk to me about how this works, I'll tell you exactly how this works, and you will be shocked. The value that it has, the price, the gains that you get, you haven't heard of them yet. You're talking about what's that, Metacoven buying something for $69 million. Trust me, this particular project, if someone wants to work with me, an NFT would be worth, if people have this destruction system, you're talking billions. So listen, it's all in the maths. It's the game theory. If you don't have a game theory for a project, it doesn't work. That's what it is. So NFTs, give it a decade. They'll be good. And I think people are going to wise up to this as well. And as I said, the idea I just gave to you, these type of ideas are coming. But I think the game theory hasn't been corrected yet. And I do have my own game theory, and it does make sense. But obviously I don't want to disclose it publicly. Maybe in the future, if there's any developers or anybody here who wants to work on a project with me and wants to build it, I'll give you the game theory and we work on it, no problem. Obviously after a lot of, yes, you can make billions out of it, bro. Trust me. What if I told you you can make your NFT, right? You can make, so if we create a company, non-disclosures, everything, and we create an NFT project where your NFT is the next Mona Lisa. That's all I can say to you. What if your NFT is the next Mona Lisa? Let that soak in. And look, it's all in the game theory. Because too many people are just throwing out pictures and JPEGs of crap. Everything is just crap. It's ridiculous. They join these groups and they just share with everybody. Oh, let's get 100 users. Let's show the people we got users. Throw the NFTs out, and everyone's just minting it because the guy who's creating it doesn't cost much to mint it. So he's created 10,000 pieces. Even if he gets $10 for it, that's $100,000. Do you understand? He creates 10,000 pieces of a JPEG that changes color 4 or 5 times, calls it attributes, rarity and whatever. And then all of a sudden, his 10,000 pieces can sell for $10. And he's just made himself $100,000. And it's the same people doing it over and over again because they figured it out. Right? Someone says, oh, I have sentimental value. I'm buying it because I believe this is the one. It's the one of a kind. Fine, that's fine. There is a one of a kind. But selling it in Christie's and this and that, of course, when you have massive auction companies coming, that's marketing. Great. But what if you can create a project right from the get-go that isn't a Mona Lisa but becomes a Mona Lisa? Beat that. The price is rising because it's secondary market. That's all it is. The primary market, and there are guys out there who are creating NFTs, they cover their faces. They won't show their faces because they're afraid that people will know who they are. Same scammers doing it, right? They're just punching out pictures. Nothing else. A whole bunch of pictures. Let me show you something. Recently, somebody messaged me. Give me a second. Let me show you this. What was it? Here, look. I didn't say anything. Sign in. Look, I didn't sign in. Look. What is this? And this is, they've got, look at this. They've got 1,863 people. 12,629 people on this community. What the hell? There's going to be probably 10,000 pieces. They have 12,000 people on the community, and they're showing this as interest. But the fact is I don't think even 500 of them are. Do you know what I mean? So, and it's the same group of people. They just create a brand new name and invite people. Brand new name, invite people. I don't even know where they found me. I'm sure it's got to do something with some of the other projects that I've actually talked about soon. I see Ennis here. Awesome, my brother. Salam, bro. Awesome to you. What did you miss? Nothing. We're talking about NFTs and the current degraded quality. You know, every Tom, Dick and Harry is just creating some JPEGs or, you know, GIFs like this and promoting to everybody else, and everybody's jumping on the bandwagon, but there's actually no intrinsic value to any of them. Now, people don't say it's intrinsic, they say it's sentimental value, whatever. Great, you own one of a kind, but how many one of a kind can you own? And the thing is, the primary market doesn't care. It means the founder, they build the project, they want to sell it. As long as they can make some money and rinse and repeat, they're good. Secondary market goes in, and then all of a sudden, I want 1 Ethereum for it or 5 Ethereum for it. They make money. No, there's nothing desperate about NFTs, right? It's not desperate. It's just stupidity. They don't make money from desperate people, because you don't make money with NFT. Those are stupid people who don't understand that you cannot. Listen, hype is very simple. You take 10,000 pieces. Let's just keep it simple. You take 10,000 pieces and you say out of 10,000 pieces, there's 100 rare pieces. So you price everything in a particular way and you say everything else is $100. The rare pieces are $200. That's all you said. You have your internal people, and even, like, for example, I think it was something Ocean. What's it called? OpenSea. They were caught doing the same thing. So they minted it, and they got it for, like, say $100. They listed it for $1,000, and that's happening right now. There's a lot of scams happening where the developers promote it at $100, and apparently someone has already bought it, and then they put it on the secondary market saying, look how much value this is. I want to sell it for $1,000. And they're constantly churning money this way. So it's become a bit of a scam. What I'm saying is, what if you can create an NFT that can be broken down and your Ethereum could be taken back on a smart contract? Your NFT is pegged to a smart contract. You paid 1 Ethereum. Your Ethereum is now locked into that NFT. As long as you own that NFT, your 1 Ethereum is there. If you decide to destroy that NFT, you receive your Ethereum back. Simple. So if the Ethereum price goes up, your NFT is worth more. You can take it on a secondary market, and someone says, well, I'll pay you 2 Ethereum. You say, fine. You sell it for 2 Ethereum. The contract goes in, utilizes, and says, now this NFT has 2 Ethereum inside it. So the person who bought it, his 2 Ethereum is safe, and now he can also break this down and take his 2 Ethereum out. And of course, there's fees in between, and buyers and sellers should be able to make fees like any retail market. That's what I see a real use case for NFT, where the value is just not locked in nothing. The value is itself, and you can break that down and take the value out of whatever the current market conditions are. They make money. Okay, the promoters or creators make money from it. What I mean, yeah, of course. But no, listen, it's just become a bit of a joke. It's oversaturated. Too many people doing it on repeat. So I'll go back to, let me go back to Free Energy. Free Energy did ask a few, this is where it all started. So talking about, like, altcoin and this and that. Altcoin seasons are coming. It's definitely coming. And remember, NFT are driven by Ethereum and technically altcoins as well, because there's a lot of altcoin NFTs now. Like, you got BNB NFTs, right? You've got Matic NFTs, and different chains. So they are driven by it. And well, there's a funny fact as well, right? Some of these NFTs, they're actually adding to the coin market cap. This is crazy, right? What I've just said to you. They actually add to the total market cap in some form or a manner. So when we're seeing here, for example, a 2.69 trillion total market cap, that actually, some of them does add the NFTs as well, because the NFT itself is valued for whatever Ethereum it is. So it's a bit confusing, but it does add it. I've noticed that there are some actual marketplaces, and there's billions and billions locked into NFT. And I've always been adamant. I've always been very straight about one specific thing. I said I'm never going to own an NFT. Maybe if someone throws a free one at me, I'll take one. And Modifiable Art did. So when we had Modifiable Art on our show, he actually gave me some of his NFT for free, which is awesome. Very nice of him, kind of him to do that. And since then, I've always said this. I said I will never buy one on myself right now in this market condition. Maybe in the bear market, maybe, but I would love to build my own one, but not just any JPEG. You know what I mean? So JPEG's easy, guys. I can go and load it up right now. No joke, you can go and do it yourself. I did a test on OpenSea. You won't believe this. I literally took, I downloaded an image from Google. I uploaded it to OpenSea just to do a test, and it worked. That just says to you how silly it is, where you can download something from Google. No, it's got copyright on it probably, and now I can sell it as an NFT. How stupid is that? So I just didn't see anything real. So I said, you know what? If I do ever do something, I want to create my own NFT, but a unique NFT, something that is actually useful, something that will actually have more value than a JPEG. Where the community can see the value. Now the community will be more interested in keeping the NFT because the NFT is as good as an Ethereum or a Bitcoin or something like this. You know what I mean? So, but it has to be done via protocol, via software. It has to be done via code. Code is law. So as long as the code is intact and solid, it will hold it. Tamil says Hex. Hex is a dying breed, my brother. Hex is a dying breed. Pulse is going to be the next Hex. But that's fine. I'll talk about Hex, no worries. Hex is, look, Hex, the way they launch, what they did, all of that stuff, right? I don't know how to say this. Hex is not... Okay, do you know what? I'm not even going to look here because it's going to be weird here, looking at this here. It's going to be weird. The way Hex launched and the way Hex promoted, what Hex did, it kept a closed ecosystem, not even an ecosystem, a closed community, and it did pump. It honestly did pump, right? It went from nothing, and it pumped all the way up there, and the percentage, let's just do this, what we can see here right now, the percentage was 22,000%, right? That was Hex, right? It never went to a mainstream exchange. Understand this. All this time, nobody's kept taking. This is just a token. It's like me going and saying, I have a new token called SDC. sdcrypto. That's my new token. Please, can you, get my community? I have like 50,000 people following me, and I say, guys, I'm launching my token. This is what my token does. Lock it and we give you this, that, whatever, and I'll give you this many percentage back. That's all Hex did. It's just a token, nothing more. I could do that in 5 minutes. If you guys are supporting it, I could do that in 5 minutes and give you a whole bunch of this for free. Right? Right, we'll check on it. Always, we'll check on it. I'm reading the chat as well. So what I was saying, this is Hex, right? But Hex is now moved and evolved into Pulse Chain. So Pulse Chain has a better opportunity than Hex, right? And of course, a lot of Hex is going to go into Pulse Chain. So please understand this. But ultimately, listen, any coin that's not on a centralized exchange or even a decentralized proper exchange. We're not talking about Uniswap and swap contracts. We want it on a real exchange. That's where it makes you good money. All right, that's where it makes you good money. Yes, it done that already. It was nothing. It was nothing. He was giving them for free. If you showed him how many Bitcoin you owned, he gave you that quantity for free. This is how he created this community project. That's why the hype was there. Richard Hart gave people free cryptocurrency, and he created a massive community. All right, created a massive community, which is awesome. There's no harm in that. Now the same community is sacrificing for the Pulse Chain because they created value, because they saw that they made this kind of percentage on Hexcoin by trusting him. And as I said, he did charge, but he didn't charge them in the beginning. In the beginning, he literally said, show me a snapshot of your wallet balance and I will give you that many coins for free. So that's an investment. It's a strategy, right? It's a strategy. It's a beautiful strategy how he did it. Now everyone trusts him. Richard Hart made us rich because the coin is worth so and so. If Richard Hart says we're gonna sacrifice your coins to me and I'll give you Pulse Chain, why wouldn't we? We've seen what he gave us before. Think about it. He's given us 22,000% for free. Some of them actually. So for free. So why don't we trust Richard Hart and now give him a sacrifice of $1 million? Or whatever amount he's raised. Actually, he raised 700 and something last I checked, was $750 million for his Pulse Chain on a sacrifice. Legally, people were just sacrificing their money. How insane is that? So, and people were also dumping their Hex coin there as well. But yeah, there was a lot of manipulation, a lot of stuff. Whatever the case is, look, people made money and now people trust him, and now he's got an army. Richard Hart has an army of his own. So I wouldn't call it the Hex army or the Pulse army. I'll call it Richard Hart army. That's his own loyal army, and he could sit on a stream for 4 hours. Go and watch his channel. He will sit on a stream for 4 hours and people just bombard him all over the world because they believe in him now, If he turns around and he says, guys, this is my wallet address, send me everything you got, I think people would just send it because they trust him so much. So that's Richard Hart, which is awesome though. Anyway, it's fine. So that's Hex. What was the next one? I believe RA said Theta. Yeah, we can do Theta. I have Theta here. Let's do Theta. What the hell is going on here? Why is some of my coins missing? Interesting. There it is. I was wondering where Theta was. So this is the Theta analysis. So far, Theta, as you can see on the, let's go bring on the daily, still struggling, but coming to that line. So it's managing to creep up. And we've got this level here that we need to break above, right? As soon as we break above this, then we got the upward trend line. And you can see this is our target from way back in the days. So our target was $23. So we've got a long way to go. We haven't even touched our target that we had for this bull run. So we've got a long ways to go on that one. So let's see what that one does. Now, what's going on? I see loads of chats here, guys. Let me read the chats quickly. I think Free Energy said something about, like, is it going to be like the 2017 ICO bubble? For the NFT people, yeah, but it won't affect the market because the market still has the coins, if that makes any sense, right? NFTs are just useless JPEGs right now, so yeah, they'll be wrecked, but everybody else is fine. Because every NFT, by the way, they don't need to be wrecked. We don't need to have a 2017. If you go to the NFT market right now, when the NFT launches, it's at a specific price. When the NFT comes to secondary market, it pumps 10-15% more, or even sometimes 1,000% more. So 1 Ethereum could be 10 Ethereum. And then what happens? It flatlines. Every NFT has done that. Every project, they have a peak and then they flatline, and they call it the floor. And the floor price then becomes like, 1/10 of what they paid. So everybody's losing money on it, and you're forced to hold it. That's how the market works, and everyone knows that. Let's see. Hex is done. Theta is done. Shiba Inu. I've read it'll keep on blowing. Free, if it does, it does. We talked about it. We look at realistic price points. For us to be the most realistic, we've looked at price points. Where is it? Not this one here. Sorry, I have 2 Shiba charts. All right, I have 2 Shiba charts. This is the chart we're looking for. So you can see on this chart, you see our first target is around this 39. This 39 level here, this 40 here, right? 0.00039. We're being reasonable. That's our target. This was our buy zone, and this is our target. Simple maths, right? And we've targeted that if we do hit this level, we do have a potential, and you see, we're not changing charts, changing our mind, to go to 0.62. So that's what we're targeting. Now, I want to give you some reality on this, and that would make total sense to you. So let's go to number 19th coin, 20th coin today, actually. And what we're looking at is this 2.8. So let's just say this is 3. If we add another 10, then that's 30%, right? So that takes it to 40. If we add 30% to this, right, the total market cap, how much more does it take it to? So we'll just roughly just say, okay, let's just add 4 billion to this. So we got 15 billion. Fair play. So 40 gives us 15 billion. That's fine. Now we said we want to go to 60. So if we double this and say call this 60 for the sake of it, that gives us $20 billion. $20 billion brings us to rank number 11 again, right? Which is cool. We come to rank number 11. That's us being realistic. Now we say, okay, fine. This thing explodes and it goes even higher. How much more higher can it go? Remember, we double this, we're 22 billion, actually 22 billion. So we 4x this. Now we kill one of the zeros and we have a 1 here. We just 4x, right? If we 4x that price at this 11.3, I think it gives us approximately 45 billion. So if it gives us 45 billion, then we would be number 8th in the world, bigger than Polkadot. Was it Polkadot? No, sorry, my bad. Bigger than Polkadot. So we have to be really realistic about this. These are blue chip projects. You telling me some no chip comes along and gets the blue chip rank today? No. In the future, yeah, but they will also be bigger. It won't rank up that high. Momentarily, it might just go and peak and do something, but that's about it. It's got too many zeros. So that's why we need to be realistic and say, well, we need to have our buy-in zones, our sell zones, and we need to be absolutely realistic what it does. I mean, from here, for this to, say, for example, this 2, if this moves and this becomes 2, I think that's a 10x, that's 100 billion or something like that. That's how it works anyway. So if you 10x this, right, that's 100 billion. But just be cautious. Don't fall into the hype. It's not worth it. Trust me. It's absolutely not worth it. So Shiba, yeah, that was Shiba. So then what was the other one? So I'm just trying to go back and forth everything and trying to find out what's going on. ETH almost all-time high. We're going to see ETH as well, no worries. What do I think about Mover? Mover's good. Mover's okay, it's not bad. But again, right now, while the market is pumping, for momentarily, there's going to be massive pumps that are going to take all the coins to new all-time highs. Right, it's going to take it to the new all-time highs, which is absolutely fine. You know, all of these coins, like for example this one, I'm looking at this on a daily. This is going to come back. It's already broken the trend from what I can see. Let's have a look. Let's do a quick analysis. Yeah, it's already broke the trend line, so it's already pumping up. It's going to come and test the new neckline, and of course once it does that, it's going to do its thing. Do you know what I mean? How high, how far, we don't know. You know, this is from launch, from nothing. It's already done. As you can see here, it's already done 100x. So how much further do you think this thing is going to go? I don't know. I can use a fib and it says to me approximately 774. Great. How many more percent is that from where we are today? Another 140%. That's about it. But remember, it's already done this. It's already done this 9,600%. So you do, you do your thing. So you do your thing. I did research on Mover a lot and it promises a lot, man. Awesome. No, honestly, if you understand the coin and you like the coin, the rule of pick your coin, stick to your coin applies. So there's no harm. That's what it is. Pick your coin, stick to your coin. I only try to stick to the blue chips because I feel safer around them. And I'd only gamble. So gamble as in I risk a lot when I'm doing altcoins. Those are just heavy risk coins, and I'm honest about it. I'm like, guys, you're probably going to lose all your money there. Take the risk. Make sure to take your initial out ASAP because they are high risk coins. But the blue chips, the top boys, the top dogs, right? When we're looking at this area, I do used to call it top 10. Because of this one coin, I can't call it top 10 anymore. But just put it this way. Good, 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 good. Even this to an extent, but I'll leave that out as well for now. Good, right? Good, 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 good. You know what I mean? So when you look at your blue chips, your top 20, top 30, those quality projects, they're always going to survive. You understand? Just you got to really understand what they are. These are blue chips. They're going to stick around. They're going to stick around a lot, right? So the others have this tendency to pump up really high or dump really bad. So just be cautious. That's what you got to do. Gala's going to make some massive difference. Gala, we talked about it. Come on, Gala. I think I suggested it here for the first time, and I've got a feeling Gala's going to pump. If you, I don't know if you played the game. So I have played the Gala game as well. It's actually a proper working game, and I think recently they just launched another one as well. So from everything I'm seeing, Gala's making some moves. People just haven't caught up yet. And when it does, it's going to shoot. So let's see what it does. I mean, the games are really cool. I did play the game, as I said. Really, really cool. But, yeah. What's going on? Market taking a little bit of a dive. You can see here, we had 2.69 or 68, I believe. We took a little bit of a dip. Let's see who's taking the dip. BTC's taking the dip. So BTC is coming to test that 64 level. Can you see here? BTC is coming to test that 64 level as a base. It's getting rejection, and we're watching this live. It actually dumped all the way down to 60,000, exactly as we talked about earlier on, how this is a floor. And you can see this, guys. You don't make this shit up. Hold up. So this has happened while we were on the stream talking about all the shit coins. It's literally come to that base, and you see how this 1, 2, 3, 4 days or even 5 days created this support zone for BTC to come and bounce and relax on. Because if we don't have some kind of a support, then we're just asking for trouble, right? So now you can see here how BTC has come and found its support pretty much on this zone. So just around here, found this area, right? We can even use the wicks on the bottom, but this is a good zone. And then we have a secondary support zone that was created here. You can see this support zone here. Again, beautiful area for us. So this is why we, of course, we all want to see massive highs. We want to see $1 million BTC, but we don't want to see one candle take us to $1 million. We want to see this market play this game properly, without doing any harm to everybody. And this is how you can see this being kept. And of course, I can take a big guess and see exactly what's happened. This is how you clean up bad traders. Right, I'll show you this. It won't probably show properly. Let's see if it does. Let's try 30 minutes. Yeah, so you see 30 minutes actually did show it. So look, over leveraged traders jumping in on the bandwagon and like, oh, we're gonna go up now, we're gonna go to the moon, let's go and do 100x. Yeah, well, that's what you're asking for when you do 100x. Do you know what I mean? This is exactly what you're asking for when you go and do 100x. So it's a bit sad, but that's the reality. The greed it's just so high. Guys, why? Why the greed? Come on, leave it. Let it. Just buy the BTC and hold on to it. You've got some of the top analysts, the top guys, the top investors all saying the same thing about the ETF. There was I think it was Paul Tudor Jones. He went on CNBC or someone or something like this, and he said the same thing. He said, why would you buy an ETF, some paper money, when you can buy the physical thing? This is a major investor who turns around and says, why would you buy an ETF on paper when you can hold the real thing? And that's the thing. If you hold the real thing, it will make you more money, right? Now, also, looking at this, I know where most of the money is going to go. Most of the money is now going to start filtering into the alts. And the alts should pump a little bit as well. Because a lot of people don't look at is how some of the alts, they're paired against BTC. So ETH2 BTC or BTC to this and this and that. So that means that pair is relevant, and you can buy it with BTC and sell it with BTC and make a lot more BTC. So let's have a look at an example, the only one that I do use, and it's ETH BTC. Woo, look at this. So BTC dumps, Ethereum pumps. So ETH BTC. Does that make sense to you, right? You can see how ETH BTC is getting a lot more stronger. So clearly it's being dumped into Ethereum. That's what it is, right? So you can see how Ethereum is pumping, 3%, almost 4%, and continuing here, right? So that's all it is, nothing more. Look at that. We're watching this, we're observing this, and you can see how it's being pumping into this. That just says it. But yeah, guys, other than that, thank you very much for everyone for coming to the show. I think it was a slow start for the chat and everything, but afterwards everybody's here. I see, Yambi here, also my brother here. Bubble, I don't know if you're still here. He's just silent. Yafri came in also. RA, you don't have an icon. Yeah. I'm not even sure if you're on the groups, but guys, we do have a Discord group where you can chat later on. Also, guys, I want to request something on Discord. Try and keep anything not too important on the main chat, please. I think you will find that others will communicate with you and probably help you out with problems. I can't possibly answer everybody privately. Please try and keep the private conversations limited, so unless it's absolutely necessary, right? So then I'll actually speak to you, but try and keep it limited, because it does get a bit overwhelming when I have messages from so many people regarding so many different things, and it gets confusing and sometimes kind of puts me off track. I also kind of forget what I'm supposed to do. So many there, and I feel kind of bad that if I don't reply to everybody, then people might act differently. So please do understand. Try and limit any general conversation that you're thinking about having with me, maybe about coin, maybe about what I think. You can ask the community. That's what the community is for. The Discord community is there for you guys to be able to help each other. And obviously, if I'm there, I'm also going to come there. And if it's something absolutely urgent, please do contact me directly and leave a message, and I'll get back to you. You know what I mean? Free Energy says thank you. No, bro, thank you very much for everyone for coming to the show. All I'm going to say is right now, keep an eye on BTC. I think people start losing focus on BTC and they're going to get wrecked. But just keep an eye on BTC. Keep an eye on this specific level that we have here. This range, you can see $60,000 level. This is now the base. But however, as I said, we need to hold. There's two base here. So these are critical points you need to really understand. That whatever happens, market trend will change if we break these levels, right? So now that we've gone up and we're doing our thing on a shorter time frame, we need to hold this particular zone here. Whatever happens, we need to hold this zone. Okay, so dip below is fine, wick below There's not to worry about. Wicks are not that concerning. Body, very important. This body must not come below this blue, right? This body must not come below this. I mean, for you it will be probably green, but it should not come down. And other than that, everything is fine, because this is technically a confirmation candle. We confirm this is the level we want to be in, and then shoot up. As I said, 2-3 days this way is going to be great. Today's not going to be all that. It's Thursday, usually a boring day anyway. Tuesdays are boring, Thursdays are boring, guys. Fridays a bit funny, it's a bit iffy. It's one of two. Friday you either see a massive dump or a massive pump, right? Saturday, Sunday usually very interesting. Saturday is usually a pump day, Sunday is usually a dump day, but sometimes Sunday could easily be a pump day as well. So let's see what happens anyway. It's going to be interesting. Look, next few weeks are going to be very interesting. Also, remember, I told you guys, remember, I told you all that we do have a options expiry date on the 29th, guys. We do have a options expiry on the 29th. So these are the monthly options, not the quarterly. So please do understand there is an options expiry coming, and when it does, the market may dip a little bit. And usually if we do see a dip before the options expiry, it's very positive. That means we're going to see a pump after the expiry. So it's okay, you know, it's okay. Chill out, relax, don't worry too much. Look, we had a new all-time high. We're going to hold it, and this is not the top. This is not the top. So try and ignore the noise, ignore the FUD, and be positive. But obviously have your stop losses, your even if you're buying and selling, make sure you have your exchanges ready to sell and exit if you have to. Okay, but so far, these $3,000-$4,000 moves coming up and down, like for example from 66 going all the way back down to 60, these are going to be very common, so you have to accept these. There was a time when if we saw a $600 move, it was too big. Well, that was when coin was nothing. Now the coin is $66,000. A 10% move, nothing. Okay, so yeah, let's see what the market does. Other than that, guys, I need to go and pee. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on another one very soon. Other than that, adios my amigos. It's been an absolute pleasure having you all here, and you know what, it does make it much more entertaining when you guys ask me questions, and when we do this. And all the new subscribers that have subscribed, thank you very much for subscribing. You know what, shouts out to you. You do support the channel, that really helps. And especially the members, for supporting the channel. It's really awesome. Thank you very much for being a great member, supporting the channel, doing its thing. It does help. Not that I've taken anything out yet. I'm going to stash it and I'm going to take it out one day, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, let's see. So other than that, guys, like, share, subscribe. Catch you on another one very soon. Well, I'm going to catch you tomorrow. And as I say, sometimes I might randomly do a second stream, but let's see what happens, right? But just chill, let the market do its thing. And remember, there's a trend line here as well. There is actually the yellow trend line. You can see the bigger trend line at the bottom, the large one. That's actually that trend line that we're supposed to hold, by the way, guys. So leave you on that one. Adios, my amigos.